What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gamertag VR. Firstly, thank you for clicking on the video. Today I want to talk about Moss Book 2. Basically lay down my thoughts after just completing the game, and I gotta say I am extremely impressed with what Polyarc have done with the sequel. I think it is one of the best platformers in virtuality. I think it's one of the best high quality titles we had for VR, and I had feelings for it. You know, I got a little bit upset a couple of times, got some goosebumps, you know, near the end, and it was just a great experience. So for those of you who are fans of Moss, the original, I think back in 2017 or 2018, this game, like, it did look incredible, but when you got to the end of it, you realised it was quite short, and it was, I want to say linear, but it felt like there wasn't much of a challenge. The combat was pretty lacking. And because it was in VR, that's what made it amazing. When Moss Book 2 started, I kind of thought, oh no, like this doesn't feel like it's really gone anywhere. It doesn't feel like it's progressed in that time. Oh my God, how wrong I was. There is a really cool plot twist in this, but I won't ruin. And the combat has stepped up. Sure enough, it is still like hit, dodge maybe, or hit, dodge. But there's different weapons, and every single one has its own special ability as well. And there's so many great puzzles, like really great puzzles. And towards nearer the end of the game, there's like some sort of labyrinth stuff going on. If any of you have played Batman Arcane, where you're against Scarecrow, it was kind of like those levels, but in VR and a little bit more crazy. And there was like, I'm sitting down playing this game, and I felt like my room moved a little bit. It was a little bit crazy. So before I get too carried away, let's talk about level design and the way the game makes you feel in VR. This is like a diorama. In the game, you are called the reader, and that's why it feels like a diorama. You are looking at a world in front of you. Most of the time, if you turn around, there might not be anything behind you. And I don't mean that's like a blank space. It'd just be like unimportant stuff, but mostly it's in front of you. You can look around, and you can look underneath stuff, and a lot of time you will have to do that to get the secrets, because there is a lot of secrets to find. There's like magic dust, there's scrolls, so you can like unlock different outfits for Quill. And as you go through the game, you can't help but recognize how different everything looks regularly. You know, you do have to like go somewhere to come back on yourself a few times, but you know where you are by the look of the game. And sometimes the music, which I think is really important. I like the fact that I can identify where I am in the game because of how it looks and the sounds going on. If I was going to pick any bones in this game, I would say, again, it is the combat. There is no combos, you know. It is like as many hits as that particular enemy takes, and then you're done. The only real variety comes from the weapons. One of them's really strong, one of them's medium, one of them's weak. The weakest one is actually my favourite. Because it does like the highest combo thing. I'd love to have that in this game, and I really hope Polyarc do that. I would love there to be like a combo counter, and you get rewarded for that. Because if you don't time your dodge right, which is pretty much the only thing that makes this hard, it would be nice to have, apart from just getting damaged, to lose that combo. The boss fights are extremely satisfying. The last boss is probably the one that I wanted to go on a little bit longer, because I was really enjoying it. There's moments in this game where it reminds me of the older God of Wars. Yeah, and I have to emphasize the older ones. This isn't like God of War 3. This is like God of War 1 or God of War on PSP. You smash pots, you collect stuff, and then when you come to the bosses, it's almost like there's quick time events. In VR, it's a little bit different, but there definitely is that thing of like, that's going to happen, then I have to do this, then I can do that. That's normally the stages of the boss fights. You know, you need to, the bosses are puzzles. You need to figure out what to do to beat the bosses. Satisfying. Game length was around, I'd say between 5 and 6 hours. But I think that's going to completely depend on the player. It's going to depend on you, because how good are you at solving these puzzles? You know, sometimes I was sitting there scratching my head. I was like, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And sometimes it's just nice, like, you just like pause the game, put the headset down, go and get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, come back, and then like hopefully in a few minutes the answer will reveal itself, and you'll be like, oh, how stupid am I? Another cool thing I really like is the way that you can interact with the level as the reader. So there's like pots, magical pots placed around the game, and you can smash these up with your weapons, or as the reader you can grab them and smash them. So a lot of the times I was trying to get these pots and trying to get Quill to them, when all I had to do was just reach out and touch them. All in all, I think this is a very, very good game. And I think if in any way you've seen the trailer or any gameplay and are kind of intrigued, I don't think it's going to disappoint you. I think you'll have a really good time with this, and it's very memorable. You know, I came away and I was like, that is so good. I hope they don't stop. I really hope when it comes to PSVR 2, they release this as a combo. A whole like Mossbook 1 and 2 in one game, because then you're looking at like an 8 to 9 hour game all in all, and it'd be a fantastic adventure. I wouldn't say skip the first one. You know, if you can get hold of the first game, definitely check that out. It's so charming. It really does give you like an intro into who you are in this, the reader, and about Quill. And one of the best things about Quill as the protagonist of the game is she's cute, she's strong, you know, and she's brave. And at certain points when I'm talking about the animation, like you see her breathing fast at certain moments when things are going on. It's such a great game. Thank you ever so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you feel. If you've played Moss, any of the Moss games, let me know. And especially after you played Moss Book 2, come back and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.